We're doing a best ball draft. Oh my God. I've been waiting so long for this, like literally days, and it just hasn't happened. But I had just went online and it's here. So in the middle of my day, I'm just going to hop on and do it. So I'm 3 picks away. Oh my goodness. I don't believe this. So my strategy is to grab a quality big if I can. It looks like I might be able to get Joel Embiid here. We got David Bremner up, and he goes with Jokic. Very smart move. Very, very predictable move. I'm going to go ahead and grab Embiid if he's still around. If not, then I'm going to switch because the scarcity, the positional scarcity is really built around wings. We have like a limited number of high quality wings. So I'm going to probably grab my bigs, my wings, and then I'm going to grab a bunch of guards. So here we go. Second pick. I imagine it's going to be Giannis, who is now coming up as a wing. So Giannis goes off the board. So on the clock is my Blaze, and he grabbed Giannis. So now for me, I'm switching gears. I could either grab Luka here, or I could grab me a wing. I can't say no to Luka if he's here. So let me just go ahead and stop fooling myself. I'm going to draft Luka Doncic. So I grabbed my premier guard. Next round, I would likely be looking for a big or a wing. So after Luka Doncic goes Jason Tatum. Then next up is Kyle the GOAT. Kyle the GOAT is going to take his sweet time. He has 30 seconds to pick, and he grabs Kevin Durant. So as you see, a lot of wings going off of the board. I'm the only person to grab a guard. Again, you know, for me, I just can't say no to Luka at that spot, but I can see why guards are getting passed over. I would have hated to be the person that grabbed him, like, you know, let him drop to 9. So after Kevin Durant with the 7th pick is my man Dinner. He drops or picks up James Harden. Love that pick. Then we have at 8 is Inmandor. Inmandor is up. We are live on Best Ball Underdog NBA Fantasy. I mix all those words up. They're like all mixed up. NBA Fantasy Best Ball on Underdog. Woo! Let's do it. Inmandor picks Ja Morant. I don't know if I would have did that. I think there's a lot more value out there. Let's take a look actually and see if I could see some of those people. I would have I would have taken Karl Anthony Towns there. So if Karl Anthony Towns falls to me, I'm going to be doing backflips. I doubt that happens. So next up, we had LeBron James go off the board. That was my man, Thak. Next up is South Philly Murr. He grabs Steph Curry. There's no way Karl Anthony Towns comes back to me. But if he does, I'm going to jump for joy. Hallelujah. That's Cleveland Phil. Let me guess. He's going to pick someone from Philadelphia. Cleveland Phil, please don't take Donovan Mitchell. That would be a costly mistake to draft Donovan Mitchell this early in a best ball draft. Just turning off the ringers on my phones here. What? Cleveland Phil, what are you doing? Your time is up. He grabs Trey Young. Not mad at that pick at all. As you guys can see the way the board is playing out, there's a lot of guards starting to leave the board now. People are jumping back from the wings and also from the bigs. It's worth noting that in best ball here, we have limited roster spots to play bigs. So it's really important that you don't overdo it with the bigs because you might have a big that you actually can't even play week to week. So that's something to be really mindful of. So after Trey Young, Dallabee picks LaMelo next, and in back-to-back picks, he grabs Damian Lillard on the turn. Then Cleveland Phil grabs Karl Anthony Towns. I love that pick. I'm not mad at that at all. Then South Philly Murr is up again. So let's see what's available for him out there. He grabs Kawhi Leonard. I'm not messing with Kawhi Leonard. I'm definitely not messing with him in best ball, not messing with him in redraft, not messing with him in dynasty, not messing with him in roto, not messing with him in points leagues, not messing with him in categories leagues, not messing with him in real life. I'm a fun guy. Yeah, not so fun when you're injured, my guy. Lord forgive me. Next up, Fact Drop picks up Devin Booker with the 4th pick in the 2nd round, and M. Mondor is up. I'm about 4 picks away, so I'm going to start taking a look and see what's out here. So Anthony Edwards is available. I don't think he will fall to me. Anthony Davis, it's actually against my religion to draft him. So unfortunately, I won't be able to draft him at all. DeMar DeRozan is around, Pascal Siakam. They have Zion Williamson as a big man. So I'm eyeing Zion Williamson. If in fact Zion comes back around, I might consider it. I might deeply consider that. So I'm up. It looks like Tyrese Halliburton is off the board. I'm going to have to just grab Zion here. So we're going to draft Zion Williamson. I grabbed my big, and I feel really good about it. I'm okay with that. So I got my first big. So my starting big will be Zion. The biggest concern with Zion is his health. Like, everyone knows that, you know, the year that he did play, he averaged like 27 points and 10 rebounds or 8 rebounds. I don't know the exact number, but he was pushing a double-double every night with high field goal percentage. So I imagine this could be a good look for me if he stays healthy. So let's do a full recap. With the 4th pick in the 2nd round, we had Devin Booker. Then we had Anthony Edwards. Ooh, I wish I would have got him. Sabonis, a little early for me for Sabonis, but he is a big. I'm not mad at that. Tyrese Halliburton, love him. I'm not sure how I feel about him in the 2nd round as a guard. Pascal Siakam, not excited about that. Zion Williamson, very happy with that pick. SGA goes after that. Then Anthony Davis. It's criminal that Anthony Davis, like what he does to fantasy owners, I can't mess with him. Then we had DeMar DeRozan, DeJounte Murray in the top of the 3rd. Not mad at that. And then Donovan Mitchell. Sorry, Cleveland Phil, you didn't get Donovan. And then my Blaze one is up, and then I will be making a pick after that. So right now I'm eyeing, looks like Paul George, looking at Bam Adebayo, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a risky pick when money's involved, man. But if he produces, he could very well be a league winner. But I don't have any wings yet, so that's something to keep in mind. I'm just going to go ahead and grab Kyrie here because I think that he could be super valuable if he plays and doesn't go to a flat earth conference or something like that. He could actually help me win this money. With that being said, so far, I got Luka at guard, I got Kyrie at guard, and I got my big. So now I'm going to I have to think about securing some wings now. My strategy is kind of gone out the window with drafting Luka. I didn't want to reach for Cat that early in the draft. So for me now, I'm really targeting some wings right now. My next 2 picks, if there are quality wings on the board, those will be the people that I'm targeting. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. We had Donovan Mitchell, then Jimmy Butler. I'm not messing with Jimmy Butler in any format. The only way I'll mess with Jimmy Butler is if in fact it is real life, because he's a hard-nosed player that I really, really love to watch. Kyrie Irving goes next. Great pick, Robin. Bradley Beal, love it. Jaylen Brown, love it. Cade Cunningham, love it. And then M. Mondor is back up with the 8th pick in the 3rd round, and he grabs De'Aaron Fox. Not so crazy about that. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Fack is up, and he drafted LeBron and Booker, so he has 1 wing and 1 guard. I imagine he would grab another wing here, or maybe even swing for the fences on his big. Let's see who's on the board. We got Gobert, Paul George, Bam Adebayo, Zach LaVine, Scotty Barnes, Nikola Vucevic, Darius Garland. So I'm looking at all of these green buttons here. So we got the Zach LaVines, the Scotty Barnes, the Brandon Ingrams. He's an interesting wing for me. I love that they have Josh Giddey listed as a wing. I'm okay with that because he's a triple-double machine. My only concern about Josh Giddey is OKC tanking. So for me, I want to believe, but I also am really confident that that could actually not work out in the long run. So after De'Aaron Fox, we had Paul George off the board. Rudy Gobert goes to South Philly Murr. Then we have Brandon Ingram going to Cleveland Phil. Cleveland Phil, you got a nice squad there, man. I really like it. Bam Adebayo goes next. Love it. Zach LaVine goes next. Love it. That's the Dallaby. Then Cleveland Phil is back. Cleveland Phil is coming after that money, y'all. He got Trae Young, Karl Anthony Towns, Brandon Ingram at wing. Let's see what he does next. I'm loving his roster build. Let's see what you got. Scotty Barnes, another wing. So this man knows that there is scarcity at the wing position. The person who is preaching that there is scarcity at the wing position, Robin Marks, host of the Game Pick Fantasy Basketball Podcast, has 0 wings. Get your life together. I might order some wings for lunch. That's the only way I'm going to get some here. Okay. South Philly Murr is up. I'm going to start worrying about myself now so I don't lose all my money. Let's see what we got here. So wings down here, it's slim pickings, right? So for me, I'm looking at Chris Middleton, Josh Giddey, Paulo Banchero, my apologies, Andrew Wiggins. It's scary hours now. So for me, I'm going to go with elite guard play as my build right now, like elite. And I think that's what I did with Luka and Kyrie. So I have 3 picks. I'm 3 picks away. We had, just a quick recap. We had Scotty Barnes go at the 2nd pick in the 4th round, and Nikola Vucevic, Julius Randle, Evan Mobley goes next, which is very interesting to me. And then I am a couple of picks away. So let me go back here and kind of check out and see what I'm working with. Darius Garland looks interesting. It looks like somebody just grabbed him off the board. DeAndre Ayton, he could be my, my flex play if I had to, but I'm really not interested in him. I think the risk of taking the rookie here is something that I want to do. And it's just based on upside, right? So if Paulo Banchero has the kind of season that many believe he will have, this might be a league-winning move. And it's, again, my first wing. I know I'm probably reaching a little bit, but I got to take advantage of this. I'm going to grab Paulo Banchero. So he's my first wing off the board. I passed on Chris Paul. I passed on Russell Westbrook, Chris Middleton. I passed on Josh Giddey, which is very un-game pick-like. But again, those concerns that I have around the OKC tanking, mission is too much to ignore. And there's money involved. I don't want to mess that up. So after Evan Mobley went in the 4th round with the 5th pick, we had Darius Garland, DeAndre Ayton. I love it. If that's his first big, love it. Drew Holiday, not so crazy about that. Paulo Banchero, not so crazy about it, but I'm happy that I got a wing. Fred VanVleet, Chris Paul, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, Russell Westbrook. Oh, shoot, I'm on the clock. Oh, shoot, I only have 5 seconds left. Shoot, I grabbed Ben Simmons. No, I grabbed Ben Simmons. Talking, and that's the 2nd time this draft season that I've done that. I'm doing the recaps, and I totally bombed on that. And you know what? This is a lesson, guys. Don't stream your draft if you have money on the line. But I would say that stacking is not something that I would recommend for fantasy best ball, right? So in football, and this is a great lesson, in football, stacking sometimes works in your favor for best ball specifically. But in best ball for NBA, it could actually be a detriment to your roster build. So for me, I'm not so happy about Ben Simmons here because also he might be injured, right? So for me, I think that I'm looking at 3 guards, 1 wing, and 1 big. I'm not the craziest about that last pick. Everything else I'm relatively confident in. So now I'm going to be eyeing more wings and also trying to pay attention to the value on the board. Because again, for my bigs, even though I secured Zion Williamson, I want to have some backups too, right? I want to have somebody that might be able to slide into that flex spot on any given night, but also somebody that if Zion is injured, I have some protection. So I might draft 2 to 3 bigs, but I know that I want to have at least 6 guards. So again, Ben Simmons not the one that I'm so excited about just because I have Kyrie Irving on the team. If I didn't have Kyrie, I'd be okay with the Ben Simmons pick because I imagine instead of Kyrie, I might have had somebody like Paul George, which would have been my wing. With that said, let me quickly do a recap. And when I get to, let me see where we are. Okay, so when we get to about 3 picks away, I'm going straight back and I'm looking at the available players. So after Chris Paul went CJ McCollum, then Chris Middleton, then Russell Westbrook. Josh Giddey went next. Then I picked Ben Simmons, crazy town. Kristaps Porzingis, Keldon Johnson, RJ Barrett, Jamal Murray, Terry Rozier, Tyrese Maxey, Desmond Bane, Jared Allen, Klay Thompson. Don't like that pick. Andrew Wiggins. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more picks before I'm up. Okay. So let me just go ahead and get right into the trenches and see what we got here. So I'm 6 picks away. Valanciunas might still be on the board. I'd be interested in him. Tobias Harris, not very interested in him. Colin Sexton, I'm quite interested in him. Jalen Brunson, not so much. Buddy Hield as a wing, I like him maybe on that turn. I hope no one drafts the Time Lord, Robert Williams, because he is, in fact, out with the surgery. So I'm 5 picks away. And the time is clicking. So right now, just looking at my roster build, I have 3 guards, 1 wing, and 1 big. My 3 guards, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. My first wing, Paolo Banchero, and then my only big, Zion Williamson. So I'm 3 picks away. I'm going to lock in. I'm going to start looking at what is available. Alperen Sengun, this might be a little early for him, so I'm not going to take that leap to grab him in the 6th round. Let me go down a little bit just to kind of see what else is happening here. Miles Bridges, Jaren Jackson, nope. Anthony Simons. They got some quality wings down here further down, but let's see how it plays out. I'm going to try to seek value right now before I start reaching, because the last thing I want to do is, cripple myself by reaching for some players that I could have got later. So I'm looking at Jonas Valanciunas here. If Jonas Valanciunas can slide to me, I would be very, very happy with that. So I'm going to queue him up right now and see if Jonas Valanciunas will be available for me moving forward. And then also I'm going to start pulling some of the rookies that I'm targeting. So I'm going to grab Jonas Valanciunas here. That's the guy that I want. Secure another big, and then I go back wing hunting. But like I said, I will probably have to go to Buffalo Wild Wings for me to get wings today. Because I'm totally bombing on grabbing wings. The only wing I have is Paolo Banchero. That Ben Simmons pick should have been maybe Josh Giddey, and that's my fault. We'll make up for it further along in the draft. So I'm coming up soon. I'm 1 pick away. So let me start thinking. I see Clint Capella here, which would be my 3rd big, but I think I'm going to go ahead and grab John Collins. I think John Collins, although there are going to be a lot of mouths to feed in Atlanta with DeJounte Murray coming over, John Collins, his value is going to be based on his rebounding. Also, he's going to contribute with some blocks. I think it's going to be really exciting in Atlanta, and I'm pumped about him in fantasy for points leagues, but I'm really excited about grabbing him here in best ball. So I'm going to grab John Collins with my next pick. And it also kind of satisfies that, that need for having another wing on my roster. So let's see if we can sneak in a quick recap for you guys. I was up to, I want to say I was right around here. So we went Andrew Wiggins with the 2nd pick in the 6th round, John Wall, Tobias Harris, Christian Wood, Michael Porter Jr. I wouldn't have made that pick. Colin Sexton, I love that pick. Alperen Sengun, love him, but I think that's too soon. Jonas Valanciunas, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Green, Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Poole, Yusuf Nurkic, Kevin Porter Jr., John Collins, love that pick. Sadiq Bey, not mad at that. Clint Capella, love that pick. Jakob Poeltl, love it. D'Angelo Russell, maybe in the 7th round. 8th pick is not bad. And then we're all up to speed. Next up is my man FAK. He grabs Tyler Hero. I'm not feeling Tyler Hero in any format. I think he's overrated. I think he's a borderline waiver wire guy in redraft leagues. Maybe in Dynasty, I'd be interested, but even that, hard no in a 12-team league. South Philly Murr. Let's see what you do, buddy. You got 7 seconds left. Buddy Hield. Love that pick. Buddy Hield is typically a guard. He is playing wing. He's eligible, I should say. He's eligible for a wing in best ball. That is really powerful. He's going to be knocking down some threes. Really, really great pick. Also, when you're playing best ball, guys, make sure you take a look at the rules so you can know what kind of scoring system is in place, so that way you can have the best chance to win. Trey Jones goes next. I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Sorry. Jeremy Grant in the 7th round. Last pick of the 7th round. Not mad. Cole Anthony, first pick of the 8th round. 8-1. I'm okay with that too. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what kind of wing special I got. Oh my God, Devin Vassell. Man, if I could get me a Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell, big time. I think he's going to have a huge jump. With DeJounte Murray leaving, I think it creates so much opportunity for that entire young core. Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, even Jakob Poeltl. I think those guys are going to have so many opportunities to grow. So, and DeJounte Murray was great last year. He was a top 10 fantasy contributor on most platforms, or most formats, I should say. However, he's also kind of a black hole, like a vacuum. Like, all of the usage was going through DeJounte Murray. So now that it's opening up and Pop can kind of move these young players around, I think someone like Devin Vassell is going to thrive under Coach Pop's leadership. And I think he's going to, somebody grabbed him. Shish kebabs. I should have stopped talking about him. Anyway, Cole Anthony, we had Jabari Smith, Draymond Green, Miles Turner, Devin Vassell. I'm up again. So I'm looking at Mikal Bridges here. Keegan Murray, I'd be interested in that. I don't know if I want another rookie. So I'm going to go with Franz Wagner here or Mikal Bridges. If I had to pick out of the two, I think Franz Wagner was working this summer, like really working this summer. But I have Paolo Banchero already, so I don't want to have that stack. So I'm going to grab Mikal Bridges. And Mikal Bridges is not a sexy pick, but those defensive stats go a long way. Not mad at this pick. I'm going to grab Mikal Bridges. So Mikal Bridges is on the squad. So I now have 3 wings. I'm feeling a little more comfortable. I have 3 guards, 3 wings. I think now I can lock in for best available player, specifically if I can get me some of those guards that I'm hunting. So let's try to put some of these people in my queue. So Keegan Murray won't be available, so I'm just going to kind of go away from him. Jaden Ivey, really interested in grabbing him. Josh Hart, love him. Gary Trent, I think, is a sleeper in all formats. If you guys could draft Gary Trent in the later rounds, do it every single time you get an opportunity to. Jalen Smith, I hear good things about him, but I haven't had a chance to do the eye test, so I'm going to stay away. Jalen Suggs, nope. Wiseman as a third big, maybe. Not against that. Kuminga, I want to see him take the jump. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm 1 pick away, so I'm going to take a look here at the top. Oh, Franz is still there. If Franz is still there, I'm taking Franz. I hope MBlaze 169 is not listening to me. Do not take Franz Wagner. Who's my backup? Lori Marketing? No, I think my backup will be Jaden Ivey. If I can get Franz Wagner here, I'm going to take him. If not, he's gone. Shish kebabs. I'm going to take Jaden Ivey. Not mad at that at all. I'm going to take Jaden Ivey. So that's another rookie. Okay with that. And drafting rookies in best ball is like swinging for the fences. It's like, if he doesn't hit, he probably won't hurt you. But if he does hit, he could help you win, $10,000 or whatever the prize. I'm not sure what the prize is for this tournament, but tons of money. Definitely interested in Herb Jones. Love the defensive stats from that young man. We'll do a recap in a minute. Interested in Bones Highland as well. I think he's going to have elite this year. Miles Bridges. No comment. Ooh, Nick Claxton. Oh, man. I want to see what happens with him. Walker Kessler, I'm hearing good things about him. I don't know if I want to add him to my queue yet. Let's see what else we got here. I'm looking. Let me try to grab Shaden Sharp. Let me just search him, because that is somebody that I'm grabbing everywhere. And if you guys don't know about Shaden Sharp, if he gets playing time, you're going to know about him really soon. But I think he's going to be super valuable. I also think Hartenstein. Did I just see Hartenstein here? I think he's going to have a decent year with the Knicks. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him as well, like a backup big. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap, because we're coming down to the wire here. So we have, let's let's go right back to the Devin Vassell pick. So we had Devin Vassell at pick 5 in the 8th round. We had Wendell Carter Jr. pick 6, 8th round. Robert Williams. I don't think he's going to play this year, Kyle. I don't know if that was a good pick. Anthony Simons, Mikal Bridges, Marcus Smart, Jaren Jackson Jr., OG Anunoby. Love all of those picks except for Jaren Jackson Jr. Why? Jordan Clarkson. Love that. Keegan Murray, Franz Wagner. I grabbed Jaden Ivey. I'll take it. Laurie Markkinen. Spencer Dinwiddie, Mitchell Robinson, Brandon Clark goes in the 9th round, 8th pick. Gordon Hayward, 9th pick, 9th round. Karis LeVert, 9-10. Kyle Lowry, 9-11. Dun, 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 dun. Lord forgive me. Rest in peace, y'all. Seriously. It's in September. That's not a joke. Bobby Portis, 9-12. PJ Washington, 10-1. And now we are up to the 2nd pick in the 10th round, and that is my man Cleveland Phil, who is building out a quite interesting roster. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm working with next. Lonzo Ball, I'm staying away from. I think that his injury risk for me, I'd rather have Ben Simmons than have him. And I know Ben Simmons has the back issue, whatever. If he gets healthy this year, that could be a game changer. Again, the worst pick of my draft, but could very well be the most rewarding pick of my draft. Malcolm Brogdon, there's not enough. There's too many mouths to feed in Boston. I don't think he's going to produce on the level that he has. Aaron Gordon, unless I've said this before, but I have to say it again. Unless he is in a slam dunk contest with a mascot spinning on a hoverboard, I don't want anything to do with him. Josh Hart, loving it. Let me see. I'm going to put Jalen Smith in the queue, because it's getting into the witching hour now. So I got to get creative on what I do. Mo Bamba, somebody that is worth taking actually, no, I don't want anything to do with Mo Bamba. Let's get that out of here. I don't want to fill my roster up with all of these Orlando Magic players. I'm up in 2 picks, so I got to get it together. So right now, what I'm looking at would be, this is not pretty, man. This is no pretty, man. I'm looking at Jalen Smith. Oh, you know what? Where's Isaiah Jackson? Where's Isaiah Jackson? That's somebody I'm interested in too. So let's see what happens here. So, man, Jalen Smith. Do I have any other Indiana players? Jalen Smith. I'm grabbing too many rookies. I don't want to do it to myself. I'm grabbing too many rookies. Somebody took them off my hands. Great. Let me just play it safe. I'm going to grab, again, not a sexy pick, but I'm going to grab Harrison Barnes. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to grab him. I don't expect the sun and the moon from him, but I know that I'm grabbing him, and I'm probably going to resent it and cry about it later on. So we're going to really lock in on guards now. I'm going to just change my filter here. We're going to really lock in on guards. Interested in Suggs. Primo, not so much. Markelle Fultz. Seeing is believing, man. I can't. Mike Conley, oh, no. Emmanuel Quickly, I read a report that he's going to get an increase in usage, so maybe. Also interested in Reggie Jackson. Seth Curry could be interesting, especially for threes. Patrick Beverly, not so much. Not interested in him. Norman Powell, I'm very interested in Norman Powell. Alex Caruso, I'd be interested in taking a swing at him. I'm up in 1 pick. So let's go to my queue and take a look and see who is up, who I'm going to grab. So looks like the person I'm most interested in might be Herb Jones, but I think I might just go ahead and grab Bones Highland here. I'm going to take the shot and go for Bones Highland here and see if I can get Herb back on the turn. Doubt it, but if I do get him, I'll be happy about that. Let's go back here and take a look at some more guards that I can throw in my queue. It gets really nasty down here, guys. Like painfully, disgustingly gross down here. Like I honestly, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the guard land. Let me do a recap. Ugh. I gotta feel like I want to go wash my hands. Nothing against you guys. Just jokes. Just fantasy jokes. Just entertainment. Come on, man. Come on, Mo. Let's go. Whoop, whoop. We went Brandon. Let's go. Let's start from Mitchell Robinson. So we went Mitchell Robinson, 9th pick. Oh, I think I did that already. I was right around here. So Al Horford with the second pick in the 10th round. DeAndre Hunter, Malcolm Brogdon, Josh Hart. I love that. Gary Trent Jr., Lonzo Ball, Jalen Smith. Harrison Barnes, my second least favorite pick. Aaron Gordon, Jared Vanderbilt, Steve Adams, yuck. Jalen Suggs, like it. Jayshawn Tate, Dylan Brooks, Bones Highland, I'll take it. Monte Morris, maybe he does well in Washington. I'm really excited to see what he does. Chris Duarte, Kelly Oubre, seeing is believing. James Wiseman, had him. I would have liked to take him. Benedict Mathurin, I keep hearing really good things about him. I'm glad somebody grabbed him. And then, we still got a bunch of draft to do, man. We going all the way down. Man, this is for real, for real. We're going to do full-on 16 rounds. So now South Philly Murray's up. There's still a ton of value on the board. I'm going to quickly recap my team. And let's see what we got. We got 5 guards, 4 wings, 2 bigs. So we're kind of still coming back to the strategy. I think the only thing that doesn't really resemble it is that I didn't really have the opportunity to get an elite wing. So my top wing is Paolo Banchero and John Collins, anything but elite for fantasy. But Paolo has upside, and that could prove to be valuable when the season starts. Rookies typically start off slow, so I don't imagine I'll come out of the gate swinging, but I think that he could get me in a position to win if he has the kind of year that I think he could, give out or do. So we got 5 guards, 4 wings, 2 bigs. My guards, Luka Doncic, love it. Kyrie Irving, love it. Ben Simmons, if his back wasn't broke and he wasn't dating a Kardashian, is he still dating a Kardashian? I might love it. Jaden Ivey, love it. Bones Highland, love it. Paolo Banchero, maybe I'll love it. Time will tell. 6 picks away. John Collins, love it. Mikal Bridges, love it. Harrison Barnes, not feeling that. Zion Williamson, love it. Especially that he's a big. Like, he is really a forward, a power forward. Love that. Jonas Valanciunas, I love that as well. So I think I can win this thing. I think I'm still in a position. If I can somehow, grab some of these players in my queue, I think I have a good shot at bringing home this championship. I really do. Let's see who else is out here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Walker Kessler, we're just going to throw him in there because that is, we always want to take a shot on people that, first-year players who have that kind of upside. I'm pretty sure Walker Kessler is a rookie. Again, it's not a player that I've had an opportunity to do the eye test on. And I typically don't draft players that I haven't seen play. I don't do it just based on what people say. So I'm up again. Oh, here we go. So Isaiah Jackson is on the board. Love it. Reggie Jackson is on the board. Love it. So if I had to pick out of Isaiah Jackson and Nick Claxton right now, just because I'm looking at this from their ADP. And another thing to note, their ADP is very accurate. I'm going to grab Isaiah Jackson. Just got to. So that's my, I think, final big. I might grab one more if I have to, but right now I'm feeling like that might be my final big. And I might really go in and get to 6 or 7 guards. How many spots do I have left on my roster? I have 4 spots left. So I do want to grab a few more guards. So after, I'm not sure where I was. I want to say I was about here. Monte Morris, Chris Duarte. No, I said that. We went Jonathan Isaac with the 10th pick in the 11th round. Kuminga, Mitchell, Davion, that is. Bogdan Bogdanovic, Fultz, Bamba, Herb Jones, Primo, Dort, Zubac, Quickly, Jackson, Bogdanovic, Bojan, that is. Mark Williams. And then David is back on the clock. He grabs Obi Toppin with his back-to-back pick. He's going to pick someone else, and I'm going to go prepare for – oh, shoot, I did that thing again. Shoot. Darn it. Why do I keep doing that? And messed up the screen again. Jeez Louise. Okay. This is stressful, man. Okay, so I'm up, and Nick Claxton looks like – is Nick Claxton still on the board? Nick Claxton is still on the board. But I want guards. Stay disciplined, Robin. Stay disciplined. Grab Reggie Jackson. Grab Seth Curry. Stay away from Nick Claxton. But I love Nick Claxton. I know you do, but stay away from him. Grab A lot of mouths to feed in LA. Having second thoughts about Reggie Jackson. You know what? He's performed on a high level, but they got John Wall now. I know. Yeah, I'm gonna just jump out of the window here. You guys ready? Shaden Sharp, come on home, baby. I can't lose you, baby. Because if that young man plays, if Shaden Sharp plays and gets, even if he gets 25 minutes a night, it's gonna be electric. They might move to a small lineup. They might start Damian Lillard at the 1, start Shaden Sharp at the 2, and then maybe even bring Anthony Simons in at the 3, or vice versa. Maybe Shaden Sharp at the 3. So look out for that. I'm not playing, man. Like I've been high on the mountaintop talking about Shaden Sharp. I think his story, the mystery around his story, I think he could be a league winner. I might have just won the prize. Thousands of dollars I just won with that pick. I love this, man. I think I did it. Okay, here we go. Recap. After Obi Toppin was Andre Drummond. Then we had Will Barton, TJ Warren, Shaden Sharp, a reach, but my kind of reach. That's like, I'm a gunslinger when it comes to fantasy, man. I'm not, and in these rounds, that's when you take risks. Early on, that's why I took Luka. I was playing it safe. I'm not letting Luka slip to 9th and let somebody beat me with that. But Shaden Sharp, bold in the 13th round. Isaiah Stewart, Dorian Finney-Smith, Patrick Williams, Darius Baisley, Mike Conley goes next. Then I'm going to look at my queue and see if there are any other people I want to add. Talen Horton-Tucker is interesting to me. I'd like to see what he does, but I honestly don't have so much faith in him. I do like Evan Fournier from the Knicks. I think that he's a consistent three-point threat, and he could provide a lot of value. Montrezl Harrell, I'm staying away from him. Derek White, you know what? With the arrival of Malcolm Brogdon, I think the value that he did possess last year might be discounted a bit, a smidge, a little bit. So I'm going to stay away from him. Kevin Looney, not so interested in that. I'm about 8 picks away, so I have some time to kind of browse here. Onyeka Okongwu, my man. If I grabbed the big, it would be him. I love Okongwu. Ayo Dosunmu, not mad at him at guard. Gary Payton Jr., they pay him a lot of money, so I imagine he will contribute. Derrick Rose, it's Derrick Rose, man. Like, you know, if you can get Derrick Rose this late, the only issue with him is that he is always going to be an injury risk, and he doesn't ever complete a whole season. So I'm going to just take him out of my queue. I just talked myself out of that one. Dan Gafford, Cam Thomas, Rashad Holmes. Love me some Rashad Holmes. Jose Alvarado, I'm interested in him as well. Just not sure if I want to add him to my best ball team. Grant Williams, I like. Not sure if I want to add him to my best ball team. Johnny Davis, great Taco Bell commercials. Not sure I want to add him to my best ball team. Juancho Hernangomez, loved him in that film with Adam Sandler. He's not that good in real life, so no way. I'm going to say no to Bo. Killian Hayes, nah. Years and years to show and deliver, nothing. Nazir Little, nope. Man, down here, it gets ugly. I'm 1 pick away, so I'm going to go straight to my queue and take a look, and I'm going to look at the top of the board. So Hartenstein is a big. If I had to pick one out of Okongwu and Hartenstein, I'm grabbing Okongwu there. If I had to pick out of Okongwu and Holmes, I might pick Holmes there. So my last big, I'm going to hold on that, but I'm going to go ahead and grab Norman Powell here. Yeah, because I passed on Reggie Jackson. I know there's going to be opportunity for the guards in Los Angeles. I know John Wall is coming to town, and that's worth noting. But history proves that regardless of the roster, that Norman Powell finds a way to be a fantasy basketball contributor. Like, most fantasy people will tell you, Norman Powell is a guy that you would be okay with drafting in the 14th round. Like, so grab him. So that puts us up to 7 guards. I feel really good about going into getting another wing maybe here. In my queue, all I have are guards and bigs. So I'm 3 picks away. I'm going to see if there are any wings worth adding to my queue. Man, this is gross. Not interested in any. I think Lonnie Walker could be interesting in LA. I also like Kyle Anderson, but Man, this is ugly. Robert Covington. I just grabbed a LA Clippers player, and I already have a stack with Kyrie and Ben Simmons, so I'm going to stay away from that. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to grab a wing here, so I'm going to just stick to plan and look at one of my bigs or look at potentially a guard here. So Hartenstein is looking me in my face. If I had to pick at a Hartenstein and Rashawn Holmes and a Kongwu right now, I would have to go with Rashawn Holmes. I would just, no, that puts me in another stack. Anyway you look at it, I'm going to stack. I'm going to take a Kongwu. I live in Atlanta. Why not? Let's do it. Booyah. So I said I didn't want to do another stack, but if I have to pick between Hartenstein and a Kongwu, I got to go with my heart. You see, we rock with the Hawks around here. I'm from New York, and honestly, speaking of the Knicks, I want nothing to do with the Knicks. I honestly, since leaving New York, I've actually divorced myself from the color royal blue and orange because it affected my mental health being a New York sports fan. So I'm over the Knicks, and I'm about to be over the Nets too. Like, I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm holding on to the Nets, but the Knicks, over it. Anyway, let's see if we can do a recap because we only have a couple rounds left. This is the home stretch. After, let's go from, I think I was right at about, I want to say I was about Dorian Finney-Smith. Yeah, I was around here. So we did Talon, Horton Tucker, Kevin Love, Walker Kessler ended the third round. Then we had Curry, Seth, that is, Nick Claxton, Fournier, Jackson, Oladipo. This is 14th round, 5th pick. Bagley, Eason, Schroeder, Powell went with my 14th round pick. That was the 9th pick of the 14th round. Then we had Montrezl Harrell, Miles Bridges. I wouldn't draft Miles Bridges. Like, that's, to me, I don't think he's playing this year. Kevin Huerter, if he does play, it'll be a big win, but I'm not messing with him. Devontae Graham, Cam Johnson, Duran, Okongwu, Hartenstein, Pokusevski, Hardaway, Beasley, Plumlee, Johnny Davis with the 10th pick in the 15th round. Bruce Bowen, playing for Denver this year. I don't know about him. Ricky Rubio, 15th round, 12th pick. Jaden McDaniels, Derek White, Rui Hachimura. And I'm going to be queuing up my final pick here. So I just grabbed the Kongwu. So I know that I'm going to go wing or guard here. I'd like to go wing, but it's nothing really here that's interesting to me except Kyle Anderson. Bob Covington looks interesting, but I already have 2 other stacks, and that would be my 3rd stack. But at this point, there's no telling if he's even going to play, right? So Grant Williams, I also think he's someone that could have a jump this year, make a leap. I know there are a lot of mouths to feed in Boston, but that's more for guard play. The guards, there's a surplus of guards in Boston. Not so much with the wings. I think he can still carve out a role for himself. Then we have Joe Harris. I don't want to have 3 players from the same team, but if I did, man, Joe Harris coming back, he's probably going to eat. So we are 2 picks away. We have not decided if we're going to grab a wing. I think we're leaning towards Kyle Anderson or Bob Covington right now. Because in my queue, there's nothing that's super, super sexy. So I'm going to definitely go with the wing here. I'm going to go with either Kyle Anderson, Covington, Grant Williams, or Joe Harris. I think Joe Harris might be kind of like a shot in the dark. I think he'll have big nights. I think Covington and Williams would give me a little more consistency. And I do not have any players from Boston. And just to avoid another stack, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the young man, Grant Williams. He's got a lot to prove. They made it to the finals last year. He played well. Let's see what we do here. And I think that does it. Let's do a quick recap. We had Rui Hachimura, JaVale McGee, Lonnie Walker, Denny Avdia, Patrick Beverly, Kyle Anderson, Grant Williams. And we have 3 more picks. Chris Boucher goes next, DeAnthony Melton. And with the final pick for David, that is going to be, drum roll, please, Jalen Williams. And if you want to play best ball, make sure you check out Underdog Fantasy. If you use the promo code GamePickPodcast, they will match your first deposit up to $100. It's like getting free money. Don't miss out on your chance to double up from the jump. And also, Don't forget to bang on that subscribe button, hit us with a thumbs up, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and watch the next video, you freaking fantasy nerd.